So go ahead now and get yourself comfortable for the light language. This is going to be pretty grounding. The purpose the fairies and the dragons are saying is for this transmission and this activation to open your psychic senses, especially they're saying your sight and your hearing, to open them a little bit more so that you can hear the voice of your elders and your ancestors from beyond in the spirit world. We talked about in the energy update that they want to connect with you, and really they have messages to share with you that are related to your soul mission and your life purpose. And so this is something that we're going to be sharing more about in our workshop this month on Patreon. But this is just a taste for those of you that are interested in the activation that will occur on a deeper level as we do our week-long workshop. So if you're interested in that, I'll have more information coming out about that soon. But go ahead and get yourself comfortable. Make sure that you're in a place where you can, they're saying lie down. So go ahead and lie down. And just, they want you to be in a receptive state, because they're saying, and this happened to me too, like when I first started doing mediumship work, I was a little bit nervous about it, and actually it's some of my most favorite work to do. And you're not going to be a medium, but you're just going to be speaking to your ancestors, and you already know some of them who have passed. You know who they are. You have relationships with them in physical life. And this is just going to turn your receptivity on a little bit so that you can more easily hear them. Part of that, the fairies are saying is, and I again mentioned this in the energy update, is we've got to get out of our heads, get off our phones and our tablets and our television sets, and get into a place of quiet contemplation. Doesn't mean meditation, doesn't have to be meditation. Some people cannot meditate. For others, meditation is doing some sort of action that kind of puts you in a trance state, like running or yoga or listening to music or driving your car sometimes will bring things to the forefront of your mind that you wouldn't normally think about, and it's because your mind is in a receptive state. So they want you to get in a receptive state for this transmission and throughout the month to just make sure that you're either getting out in nature or doing something where you are receptive to hearing messages from spirit, because it's going to be really easy this month to do that with what they call the veil. Some people have no veil anymore. Like there really isn't a veil. For me, I've asked, like, there's no veil. I don't want a veil. Like, I always am in contact with my guides. But if you are just starting out with working with the other worlds, then there may still be a veil, but it'll be very thin this month. It'll be easier for you to hear. So we're going to bring the fairies first with, they're saying, some clearing light language. Some light language to open your third eye to the magic that's all around you. And the light language will also help clear your root, sacral, ear chakras, and your third eye chakra and your crown, so that this energy can come through. So here we go. So take a deep breath. And not really like opening up my head. So there's a lot of clearing there going on in the third eye and the ear. Like I said, the ears and the physical eyes. Now next we're going to bring in the dragons, and this is more for grounding. They're also saying it's for receptivity. It's for bringing you closer to the earth and the lower world, which is where a lot of the earth dragons lie along the ley lines of Gaia. And of course, that's where all of our ancestors rest, either, ashes or bones or whatever lie in the earth. And so this is going to be just very earthy, very grounding. And you want to be sure after you hear this one, actually after you hear this light language transmission in general, that you just take a minute to kind of sit there before you get up and move about, because I have had that happen where it's like you're a little bit woozy, just a little lightheaded maybe after some of these, because the energy is so high frequency. So we're going to bring in the dragons. It's going to be very different sounding. They're very guttural and low, kind of booming, deep, heart-centered energy is where this is coming from. So here we go. Okay, take a deep breath. And I'm just asking the fairies and the dragons if they have anything else to share with us about this before we go on about our day. And they're saying that's it. That should be all that you need for integrating some of this month's energies. And you can come back to this as often as you like throughout the month. It is short, but these bursts of light language don't need to be long, like a lengthy meditation or so forth, because the frequencies and the tones just get right in there and do what needs to be done. And you hear this, but the transmission is working within your etheric, your energetic systems long after you've heard the transmission. So really what happens is you hear this, and within the next 24 to 48 hours, you will start to feel differently. You'll start to, in this case, feel like there may be transmissions, like a loved one from beyond may reach out to you in a certain way. You may some of you may hear their voice. You may see them in your third eye. They may send you a feather. or come into your dreams at night with messages for you specific, they're saying this month, to your life purpose and your life path, because many of you are being activated and called on to step up and embody a path of service work to others, in addition to what you've been doing, the work that spiritual work you've been doing for yourself. So I hope that is helpful. And as always, have a wonderful month. And we will talk to you soon. Take care.